probably noticed a change in the weather tonight, and if you didn't, you'll definitely notice it by tomorrow.
That's right. We had some rain to come through tonight. Then tomorrow, we're talking about a 30-degree drop in the temperatures. What's going on, Jeff?
Yeah, from afternoon to afternoon, it's going to be roughly 25 to 30 degree difference. We're already seeing the cold air come rushing in. There's the front, that line of showers down to the south. There's still a little bit of very light leftover precipitation out to the west. As you can see, that's even filling in a little bit, and some of it's not even reaching the ground. So some very, very light areas there of rain. Meanwhile, the only heavy shower we have left is right there, not too far from Corova, Pine Island, stretching back off into the Atlantic Ocean. Right there, right around Corolla, has just left Waterloo and Adelet. So as we go through the rest of the overnight, we're just going to look for another couple of hours of this very light precipitation still lingering from the west. But there's the front. I showed you how it was just down to our south. Out ahead of it, southwesterly winds. Earlier today, the winds gusted to 43 miles per hour. Right now, not as blustery, but coming in out of the north, and those temperatures are indeed dropping. Currently 24 miles per hour, for example, at Virginia Beach. So here's where we go for the next 12 hours, dropping down into the 30s. And then we really don't recover much even during the day tomorrow. I'll let you know how long it stays cold, and then a little more precipitation moving in as well on the extended forecast. That's all coming up.
All right, you saw some of the images earlier. Now, 24 states are under winter weather alerts tonight. A massive storm is causing travel problems across much of the country, including hundreds of flight delays and cancellations. We checked with Norfolk International Airport. We are told some flights into New York were canceled today. They also had delays for flights coming from JFK, LaGuardia, and BWI. Now, the storm caused a very messy and dangerous commute today in the Northeast by land and by air. Take a look as a FedEx truck driver loses control going down a hill on an icy road in Connecticut. The truck slides down, knocks over a garbage truck, and ends up facing the opposite direction as it comes to a stop.
On the Mario Cuomo Tappan Zee Bridge in New York, crash after crash brought traffic to a standstill today because of the icy conditions. Just look at that. The bridge was shut down so emergency vehicles could respond. Police say there were a number of accidents during the morning rush hour involving at least 20 vehicles. In one, a tractor-trailer jackknife across all 3 lanes of traffic. And in Maryland, a pickup truck crashed into a bakery this morning because of the ice in the parking lot. You can see the truck going right through the glass and into the bakery. Right there, huh? The driver says he skidded right inside.
I started playing on my brakes as I came in. Ice took hold, and the truck had a mind of its own and went to the building.
And I think when they press their brakes, obviously with ice, can't stop anything.
All right, there were a couple of customers and employees inside at the time, but no one was hurt.
A 38-year-old man is in jail tonight accused of killing a high school student. The 19-year-old senior attended Lake Taylor High School in Norfolk. Police say Keyshawn Alexander was shot in the Compostela area last night. Chanu Hurst spoke to his friends and family members. They must be devastated, Chanu.
Absolutely, Regina. As you can imagine, they're holding on right now, but they are very sad, as they told me. His family called him their protector. His friends called him friendly and kind, and his death is leaving them wondering why it had to be Keyshawn.
No, this can't be happening. Like, this can't be real.
That seems to be all Sharanda Taylor can think about Wednesday.
I couldn't even walk into the cafeteria without him being there.
Because for the first time in 2 years, her friend Keyshawn Alexander, that friend she is always having a good time with, won't be by her side at the Norfolk Technical Center.
He was sat right here next to me. Now he's gone. What am I going to do?
19-year-old Keyshawn was shot and killed Tuesday night in the Compostela area on Olinger Avenue. On the scene, police arrested Joseph Burke and charged him with murder.
My heart stopped. I was like, no, not Keyshawn. He was not that person that gets into anything.
Sharanda's feelings swept through Keyshawn's peers at Lake Taylor High School. His principal said in a statement, quote, "Words fall short of expressing our sorrow for the loss of our student and friend."
He was very cheerful. He was very kind, loving.
In that, Sharanda can think about moving forward. So right now, police still haven't released a motive, but I was in contact with Keyshawn's sister tonight. She didn't want to speak on camera, but she did tell me this. He was shot and killed protecting her. Burke, the man who was arrested, is someone the family knows. We'll update you more with this story as we learn. Chnu Her, 13 News Now.
We're learning more about an incredibly disturbing case of alleged child abuse in Matthews County. Today, prosecutors revealed that rats, mice, and cockroaches were found in the home where a baby boy died. A medical examiner determined the 1-year-old's death was a homicide after finding injuries to the baby's head. The mother, you see her right there, Miranda Gilbert, is charged with homicide, child abuse, and child neglect. She says her son died last week after she left him alone in the bathtub. She came back and found him face down in the water and suffering severe burns due to the hot water. Today, Gilbert's attorney did not ask for bond. And tonight, a search continues for a woman accused in a hit-and-run accident in Williamsburg. Police say Rebecca Ginger Brewell got into a crash Sunday afternoon on Monticello Avenue after she allegedly took off, leaving her passenger badly injured. The man remains in critical condition tonight. Police have warrants out for her arrest. She lives in Newport News, and they're asking anyone who knows where she might be tonight to call the crime line.
Lawmakers at the state capitol are preparing to vote on an issue that affects a lot of women. It is called the Dignity Act, more commonly referred to as the tampon tax. It is a bill that would eliminate sales tax from all feminine hygiene products. Robert Boyd has the story from Norfolk.
Tampons. It's something that many women use for half their lives, and they say it's not a luxury, it's definitely a necessity, and they think it's unfair that they have to pay a sales tax on this product when men don't even have to use it at all. Davita McCovery says she spends about $15 a month on tampons alone. At 6% sales tax per box, that's about $400 in sales tax she'll be spending over the course of her life just for tampons.
This extra 6%, is a lot. It's a lot as a college student.
So Davita was excited to hear that there is a bill being proposed at the state level by Delegate Jennifer Boysko, which would eliminate the sales tax on all feminine hygiene products. So far, 12 states have already enacted similar laws.
Women are the only people who have to use these products. There's a growing consensus around the country that it's an unfair tax burden on women.
I definitely think it's unfair because men don't really understand what we go through, monthly. And so I just feel like this is an expense that only we really, have to deal with.
Boysko says if products like dandruff shampoo are tax-free, there is no reason why something as necessary as tampons shouldn't be as well.
You don't have a choice about whether or not you have your period. I mean, it's something that that happens to all girls and women as a natural part of their lives.
Tracy Layden not only sells tampons every day at Cully Discount Pharmacy, but she also buys them regularly for herself and her 2 daughters. She says this bill is a big step for women's rights.
It's just a great idea. It's something that nobody would have probably thought about if we didn't have a woman sitting in the Congress trying to get for us.
If this bill were to become a law, Virginia would lose an estimated $4.5 million a year in tax dollars. But Boysko says this shouldn't be about money, it should be about equality. This bill could be voted on by the House as early as next week and then could become a law by March. In Norfolk, Robert Boyd, 13 News Now.
Medical marijuana soon may be expanding in Virginia. Lawmakers unanimously approved a bill allowing all doctors to prescribe an oil extracted from marijuana, and doctors could prescribe it to any patient who needs it. A local woman says this could change her life. She's undergone 19 surgeries for a brain tumor and cancer. She's a survivor, but still lives with a lot of pain.
It's not just something for somebody to just feel good because they're bored. This is truly a medical medicine that's going to help thousands in Virginia and millions in the country.
The bill awaits Governor Northam's signature. If approved, doctors would be able to prescribe medical marijuana starting July 1st.
The Senate has agreed on a 2-year bipartisan spending bill. If approved, it would avert more government shutdowns in the near future, but the bill does not include a deal on immigration. That is something both President Trump and House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi want. Pelosi talked on the House floor for 8 hours today in support of the illegal immigrants known as Dreamers. The White House says the president welcomes the budget deal even without the immigration fix. The Senate bill is headed to the House.
Military continues to struggle in its fight against sexual assaults. New data shows the number of assaults reported at West Point doubled during the last school year. It's the 4th consecutive year that sexual assault reports have increased at the military academy in New York. 50 cases were reported last year. West Point and Defense Department officials say the increase is part of an effort to encourage victims to come forward.